So I wanted to hop on here and have a real discussion about the lymphatic system. I think it's extremely important that everyone understand the lymphatic system, because if you have any kind of health problem, symptom, disease, or cancer, it has to do with the lymphatic system. It's really important for us to understand it and not think that it's so complicated. You have to go see a doctor, and they don't understand it. I say that because allopathic practice just found the lymphatic system in the brain in 2016. They just discovered it, and they still don't know what it does. So that's pretty concerning, considering it is extremely important to your health, right? So let's break it down as easy as I possibly can for everyone to understand. So you have two main fluids in your body, blood and lymph. We all know what blood is. Lymph is the lesser known fluid in your body. And what lymph is cellular waste. Every cell that you have in your body, which makes up every part of your body, you have liver cells, you have cells that make up your eyes, you have cells that make up your skin, and et cetera, et cetera. Every cell eats, and every cell eliminates, poops. So if you are eating a diet that is not made for our human bodies, your cellular waste is going to become backed up, okay? And that lymph, where it goes, it should be going out your kidneys, but sometimes we overload our cells with all this extra waste and toxins that build up, and it causes blockages in our lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system runs throughout our entire body because every cell eliminates. So it's in our entire body. It's pretty easy to understand, right? And once you start really getting that concept, amazing things start to happen, because you start to connect problems in your health. Okay, so the lymph, if it's back, it should be being eliminated through your kidneys, through your urine. So when you pee, if you pee in a cup, you can tell if you're filtering lymph through your urine by checking in a jar or a cup or whatever and seeing sediment. It can be cloudy, it can be stringy, it can be white flakes, stuff like that. It should be in your urine. And if it's not, that means your kidneys are not filtering, which means you are experiencing pain in some other part of your body. The thing is, lymph is acidic, and we want our body to be alkalized, okay? Acid burns, it hurts, right? I love Doctor Morse's example of if you leave a newborn baby in a diaper with urine, it's going to have a diaper rash. Why? Because it's acidic. It's going to irritate the skin. And the same thing happens inside our bodies. It irritates, it burns, it hurts. And the longer that lymph sits stagnant, the more problems you're creating. First, it's going to start off as perhaps, and it depends on your genetics, what weaknesses you've been given, and your diet. So you can experience skin problems like acne, psoriasis, dry skin, rashes. You can also, that's through your skin. Your skin is your third kidney. Did you know that? I love it. So your skin should actually be eliminating. I found this out from a wonderful man named John Stearns, who is a practitioner, also under Dr. Morse, a very intelligent person, and shares a lot of information. He was just saying the other day that our skin should be eliminating 2 pounds of lymphatic waste every day. Woo! That's crazy, huh? Should be through your sweat. So this beautiful organ that covers our entire body should be eliminating this lymph naturally and without any irritation. And it should also be flowing through our kidneys. But when it doesn't, you have problems. So it can show up as skin problems. And then when it gets backed up, you can start experiencing, arthritis, depression, it's in your head, perhaps you have sinus infections really easily. Yes, sinus, all that, that's lymph, backed up. Ear infections, lymph. Any orifice where stuff can come out, your nose, your mouth, anything, it is seeping out and it's just toxic, right? And if it's painful, if you're having symptoms that aren't, pleasant, it's backed up lymph. Yeah. So it's really important that you understand this, because everyone is going to the doctors and they're like, oh, I have this sinus infection, or oh, I have this ear infection, and they give you antibiotics, and that is so bad because it suppresses the body's natural ways of trying to get rid of this lymph. It pushes it down. So then you have, when you're trying to heal your body later on, if you decide to, you have to eliminate the backed up waste that's in your body that antibiotics or medications has suppressed. And then you have to get rid of the toxins from the medications on top of that. And then you have to heal your body. It's a really long process. So it's really urgent that you understand this concept. It's not hard to get, right? I think everyone can understand it. It's really easy to understand the human body if you don't analyze it in a million different parts like our allopathic practice does. You go see a different doctor for every single part of your body, and honestly, unless it's an emergency, it's just a broken system. You don't need to be going to see a doctor for arthritis when arthritis is caused by acidity in your body from backed up lymph. You don't need to be going to see a skin person because you have acne. And I mean, I did when I was a kid, and you can see my acne is starting to clear up, but I went through a healing crisis as I was trying to eliminate the toxins out of my body, the backed up lymph. And I was also trying to eliminate the medications that I would put on. I would put on topical creams. I would take prescription medications for acne, and I am still trying to get that sulfur out of your body. Yes, any medication that you take is going to be backed up as sulfur in your body. You can read this in your iridology. You can see it as a like brown, orangish, brown if it's chronic, orange coloring around your pupil. It's not good because you have to eliminate that out your digestive system. So yeah, that's a pretty basic overview of the lymphatic system. I feel like I'm missing something here. There's just so many things that you could cover with this because it relates to every single part of your body. But it's really, really important that you understand this basis. So now the question is, so what do you do, right? And it all comes down to diet. And this is a whole nother video that I'll get into at some point. But because I'd like to go into the evidence to back it up, because when people first hear they should be eating only fruit or mostly fruit, they're like, what? My doctor doesn't say that. Well, no, your doctor won't say that because they don't understand the lymphatic system. They don't understand that your body needs to be alkalized, and if it was, then you would have none of these problems. They probably don't want to understand that anyways because they wouldn't be in business, right? So there's a conflict of interest there that you have to acknowledge. When you feed your cells the proper nutrition that our human body is biologically and chemically designed for, you are going to create a alkalized body. It's going to feed the cells what it needs, and then your cells are going to be able to eliminate the toxins and the lymph the way it should. And this is easier said than done. It's a long process for some people to start to get their kidneys filtering, and it's in some cases painful. There's a healing crisis depending on how bad your lymphatic system is backed up, depending on how your lymphatic genes, your genetic disposition, it can take a long time for some people, and the medications that you've taken, of course, and suppressed all those things. So for some people, it takes a long time to get into this, and they have to go gently. You can't just jump into fruits, berries, and melons. You can, but it might be a painful experience because your body knows what to do. It's freaking amazing. I could make a whole video on the list of things, miraculous things I've seen my body do because I've been cleansing with fruit, detoxing with it. So it's just very important that you understand that. And the diet, you can get into it slowly. Start cutting out greens, start cutting out dairy, meat, and because it's hard. We've all been raised on it. We've been in the public schools. The doctors say that this is all the proper nutrition, and everyone has an opinion on it, but the facts come down to your experience. And are you experiencing pain? Yes. You're acidic. Get your body alkalized and your body will heal itself. It's amazing. It really is. Just to get you thinking about, whoa, there might be something going on here that I should look into, and you should, because it's super, super duper important. I'm not making any money off this, by the way. Like, I am just passionate about this because I was experiencing when did it start? 3 years ago, I was just in so much pain. I've had knee pain my whole life. I remember being 10 years old, getting an MRI on my knee, and they told me my bones are rubbing together. Inflammation. They're not going to tell a little kid that they have arthritis, but those are the genes you've been handed down. That's my lymphatic system, just my body being inflamed and in pain. And it just hurt all the time. There was a point a couple years ago when we lived in an apartment, I couldn't even walk up the stairs. I couldn't even. It was so painful. I would cry. And at that point I was probably the heaviest I've ever been, which didn't help the situation. But, and not to say I wasn't exercising, I wasn't eating right, what I thought was right, because I was following all of the, nutritional suggestions that are out there, like high protein, lots of green veggies and all that. And it was not supporting an alkaline body. So my body was really paying for it. I had psoriasis that was painful, a tear from childbirth. I'm just going to quickly overview all these things that I was experiencing and that I've healed. I had a tear from when Connor was born, when my firstborn was born, and that didn't go away. And ouch, right? Psoriasis, acne, the painful knee, excessive body hair, headaches, depression, anxiety, these little blackheads on my chest, it was like my body was just oozing out this stuff. And at that point, I started getting into cutting out things from my diet. And, it was a long little road to find what works. And if you're not looking for changes, if you're not prompted by something like debilitating, not being able to walk up the stairs, not being able to, play with your kids because you're in so much pain, like, if you're not prompted by something, whatever your symptoms are, if you're not prompted to dig deeper, then you're never going to find the answers. Okay? I know I'm young compared to a lot of you guys. I know I haven't gone through as many hard health problems as you guys. Mine are pretty minor compared to a lot of people's problems. But I just want to offer you that there's answers, okay? You don't have to be suffering from sinus pain. You don't have to be suffering from arthritis. You don't have to be suffering from diabetes. You don't have to be suffering from, oh my gosh, the list can go friggin' on and on and on and on. I couldn't even cover all the things that you could be taken care of by cleaning out the lymphatic system. It's amazing. But yeah, you really just know that there's another option. I'm sorry, I've lost faith in the medical profession unless it's an emergency, which they're good for. And a lot of people have like different definition of what an emergency is, but really you should be considering that there's a different option and a better answer out there that's better for you in the long run. Because the more medications you take, the more antibiotics you go through, the more backed up your lymph gets, you're going to start experiencing pain. And, you know, at the end of the day, your lymph's going to back up. Your lymph nodes are going to get hard, going to turn into tumors. And the longer it goes, they're going to become cancerous. And not to say that's the end of the road there, but, you know, it's hard. It's challenge to come back from that point. You know, it was a challenge for me to come back from my point, and I was not close to having cancer. You know, it is hard, but you know, what is it worth it to be in your comfort zone eating the food that you've always grown to eat? Or is it worth it to be living a good quality of life? Like, to me, that's more worth it. I'm happy, like extremely happy. I feel so healthy. And like when you eat fruit, you're friggin' high on life. Like, you are up there. Your spirituality is raised. Your consciousness is up there. Your pain's gone because you're alkalized. And you're not experiencing all these numerous trips to the doctors, wondering what's wrong and all that. So anyways, this is turning into a long video, but I just want you to know the basics of the lymphatic system. It should be understood by everyone. You don't need a doctor's degree to figure that out. And you should be taking your health into your own hands if you choose to do so. And no judgment. I'm going to leave off on this note. I have a hard time with giving this information out because I want you all to know that the only reason I'm doing this is because I care about you, and I just have this love and compassion that encompasses everyone. I don't want anyone to suffer. I really don't. It doesn't matter who you are. I just need to get this information out. It's just my love to you, okay? If you don't take it, and if you don't believe in it, that's totally fine. I have no judgment towards you. If you choose to eat the normal standard American diet and you are happy with that, I'm happy you're happy. But if you are suffering and you're looking for answers, I might be able to help you. So let me know if I can. Much love to all you guys. Have a great day.